Bombshell report reveals who really hacked Hillary's emails. It wasn't Russia. By Adam Casalino, Politics US News for MadWorldNews.com. A new report has come out that extensively details a massive infiltration of Hillary Clinton's email server. The hackers acquired nearly all of her emails, a significant and devastating breach of national security. Now we know who was behind the attack. Russia had nothing to do with it. It seems like the Democrats are pretty bad with technology. We know that hackers tried to infiltrate the servers of both the DNC and RNC during the 2016 election. We also know that hackers were able to make off with plenty of Democrat data, I would assume, but Republicans were unharmed. We also know that during the election, John Podesta, Clinton's manager, was hacked. Many of his emails were dumped online by WikiLeaks. America got to learn about the real Hillary Clinton, and I might add John Podesta, and it was pretty ugly, and that's putting it mildly. Ever since then, we've heard nothing but Russia, Russia, Russia. Democrats, still embarrassed by their loss to Trump, have accused Russia of the hacks. They've even gone as far as claiming Donald Trump was working with Russia to steal the election from a decrepit, crooked Hillary Clinton, or I should say candidate. There have been various statements to back their wild claims. The only evidence of Russian meddling in 2016 came in the form of the 12, quote, Russian individuals spreading gossip on social media. Yet we've yet to learn if anyone from Russia hacked emails. You see what I'm saying? Like, what a farce. What a farce. 12 people, like 12 Russian individuals. Give me a break. On Facebook, yeah, that'll really do it. But we do know that Hillary Clinton's infamous private email server, that illegal one, had been hacked. The Secretary of State broke the law and got away with it by using a private server to conduct official business. That private server was infiltrated, and all of the email was stolen by a foreign power. That certainly jeopardized our national security and possibly led to those future hacks. So, who was behind the devastating infiltration? Russia? Of course not. It was China. A Chinese-owned company operating in the Washington, D.C. area hacked Hillary Clinton's private server throughout her term as Secretary of State and obtained they obtained all her emails. Two sources briefed on the matter told the Daily Caller News Foundation. They're not going to leave out 2 or 3. They got all of it. So the Chinese firm obtained Clinton's emails in real time, probably laughing their butts off at the same time, and couldn't believe that the corruption that was going on in the U.S. was allowed to take place for so long. But we'll move on. They got her emails in real time as she sent and received communications and documents through her personal server. And you say, nearly all her emails? No, they got everything in real time. Absolutely. So the Intelligence Community Inspector General found that virtually all of Clinton's emails were sent to a foreign entity. And I love Representative Louis Gohmert, a Texas Republican. He knows about it. And he questioned, I think it was Strzok. I'm not sure, but I think he questioned Strzok and said, and Strzok wouldn't say, and Gohmert said to Strzok, if I'm not mistaken, it was Strzok, we found new information that it wasn't Russia and it was another entity. Can you tell us what other entity was the one that actually hacked? And Strzok would not answer. And Gommert put him on the spot. Two officials with the IG, investigator Frank Rucker and attorney Janet McMillan, met repeatedly with FBI officials to warn them of the Chinese intrusion. Among those FBI officials were Peter Strzok, who was then the Bureau's top counterintelligence official. That weirdo was employed as a top counterintelligence official. What does this tell you about the United States? Does Strzok look at all like he's normal in his head? That guy should be the top counterintelligence official? Strzok was fired this month following his deranged testimony. The discovery he sent anti-Trump texts, and we don't give a flying crap. We heard that story a million times. Strzok didn't act on the information the ICIG provided him, according to Gommert. Source the Daily Caller. Of course not. He wasn't even admitting to who the other people were that infiltrated or hacked, I should say. So the level of sophistication of this hack is staggering. The Chinese agents were able to acquire Hillary's emails in real time, meaning that they were grabbing them as she sent them out. So what does it tell you? They got everything. This wasn't a one-time heist where a hacker downloaded a bunch of her emails. This was an ongoing operation wherein these hackers acquired every last bit of information the then Secretary of State was sending. Too bad we couldn't get a hold of that and lock the witch up. I mean, this would be just amazing. You know, like really, give us the thing so we can lock her up. That included the top security and classified documents that James Comey admitted she sent. In order to do such a thing, you have to have easy access to the server. That suggests an extremely vulnerable network, one where even the most basic security measures were not in place. Of course not, because she had to do her pay-to-play. Could you imagine getting a hold of those emails? How much money she was making off selling American assets to whomever? Your home antivirus software would have done a better job than whatever Hillary's people were doing. What does that tell you? The company that penetrated Clinton's server was not a technology firm, and it served as a front group for the Chinese government, the sources told the DCNF. The FBI issued a referral to the Justice Department in July of 2015. The Bureau warned that classified information, they always say may have been disclosed. It was disclosed to a foreign power or to one of its agents, source the Daily Caller. They have everything. Hillary Clinton was reckless, and you know what? The Chinese can also use that as blackmail to her. You get what I'm saying? Because they could say, like, we got all the info on you. You do this, or else we're going to print out your emails and send them to the proper authorities so they can take care of you. Oh, gee. Anyway, Hillary Clinton was reckless and irresponsible. That's putting it mildly. No, she was devious. She was doing pay for play. And she did it knowingly. She thought she was above the law. That's why she did all of this. Because she thought she was above the law. So she set up her illegal server. It's not a surprise that it was hacked, along with subsequent hacks of Democrat emails later on. Massive amounts of information were stolen and handed over to the Chinese government. Yet we can't see. We have to see everything with black lines through it, as if the American people are the ones that are the problem, you know? Everything has to be redacted for the American people. Yet foreign entities have everything. You know, I mean, really? What are we paying for here? It's not a stretch to think that this is in some way connected to the WikiLeaks scandal during the election. At all this time, the left blamed Russia, hoping to connect it to Trump. Yeah, Mueller's out there trying to indict 12 Russians going on Facebook. Yeah, meanwhile, the Chinese government has access to everything. Okay, so that's what Mueller was doing, just blaming the Russians. But here we see clear evidence that China was hacking Hillary's emails. It's unlikely they weren't trying to interfere with our elections. No, they just wanted to see what was going on. Trump won fair and square, and who would want that wretched witch in office anyway? She'd be going to war with everybody. Will Mueller open a probe into this? No. Will the DOJ actually investigate a real crime? No. There it is. I won't hold my breath. I didn't even read that last line there. I mean it. You know, this is like, you know, this is totally outrageous. You know, it really and honestly, truly is outrageous. We spent over $22 million on that Mueller probe, that faux hoax of a probe. Meanwhile, there was nobody interfering. Nobody can interfere in the elections. You, as an individual, make up your own mind. The only thing that's interfering in our elections are the crooked voting machines, people in the Democratic side registering dead people to vote, and illegal votes. That's what's interfering in our election. It's not China or Russia. It's not anything about interfering in the election. This decrepit piece of crap wouldn't win anything. Wouldn't win anything. Even if they wanted her to win, she wouldn't have won, believe you me. No, it wasn't any hack. The American people dislike this one. They know what she's capable of. She wasn't even going to be a candidate had she not stepped in and paid in the DNC so she can rule it, because it would have been Trump against Bernie. That's the bottom line, whether she wants to admit it or not. And Bernie would have lost, and he would have lost big time just like her. But she was even worse than Bernie. Yeah, there's no way. Like if Bernie would get 20% of the vote, she would get 5%. That's basically it. And the only reason the rest voted for this witch, it was because Bernie was out, because she made sure of that. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And again, thank you so much for watching.